the moment she said that, it was like a game of Guess Who where you have all the faces, and you flip them down. I had like a Guess Who head, and I was like, Pam, boom. She just like, I don't know why. I was just like, Pam's probably awesome. And so they did that to me, and I was like, oh, so you already have someone using your service who is happy with it and who has been successful with it. So this is a technique, is being able to say, like, you're not going to be the first one. Nobody ever wants to be the first one. There's already this other person who's just like you. Her name is Tara. She has found this to be very successful. And then all of a sudden she's not thinking about, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? She's thinking about Tara and, oh, Tara does this. Tara's just like me. So that, I would encourage you to get to know people on this team so you don't have to make things up. But seriously, so that you can say, oh, there's this girl on our team who is also a military spouse, or who also works full-time as a teacher, or who used to be whatever, so that you can give them their name and give them their story and let them start to see that someone else like them has gone before them. Okay, start scene.
Okay, you've probably experienced this before. I'm being a little bit cool. I'm not being overly chatty, so I just said yes, lots of them.
And you took forever to reply to me. Oh my gosh, I'm on pins and needles here. Gosh, see, you could totally get paid to just recommend books you're already using. And I come across so many moms and parties with questions about how to help their kids with speech. You'd be great at giving recommendations and tips.
Okay, I'm still not sold, so I'm giving her a little bit, but that would be pretty cool. But she's getting the wheels turning for me. I have no idea how I'd even go about it. Seriously, I'm not good at stuff like this.
That's what I would help you with. And you actually don't have to know how to go about it, just because once you join, we give you step-by-step instructions on how to launch successfully, and even provide all of the content you need, like videos, graphics, and all that.
Pause. This is a place where it can be really easy to take the ball and just like on your side of the court. When Simplify, they don't need to know, okay, so when you start, what we would do is we would pick a launch party 7 days out, and then you would invite 100 friends, and only 50 of them will say yes, and only 25 of them will actually come, and only 8 of them will buy, but you'll have a launch party, and then you'll have 2 hostesses, and that's how you get out of your circle. And like, I find myself wanting to do that, because then they'll be like, and so then you just say, we help you launch, and we give you what you need. And it only took me 16 words to say that instead of all the many. Sorry, start.
Well, I'm glad that she spoke into this, because I was sitting here on my end going, I've never done anything like this. I don't know how to make videos. So I'm glad she kind of planted that in there for me, that like, I'm not going to have to be doing all of that. So I said, oh, that's good. That's good. I don't know. Let me think about it.
Mm-hmm. I do not want you to sit and think about it. Okay, if I send you a short packet, would you take a look at it tomorrow? It has all of the details in one place.
Now my wheels are still turning over here, so.
Pause. Okay, so I was like, don't send the packet. Once they kind of like take the ball and start walking towards the exit, like they're done playing tennis with you, then it's like, okay, I'll send you this packet, and then I'll talk to you tomorrow. But don't do it until you feel like they've ended the tennis rally. Okay, go. Oh, she said, sure, thank you.
Okay, I am going to send her this packet. Here it is. Read through it and I'll check back with you tomorrow night and see if you have any questions. And hopefully it loads.
And I'm really glad that she gave me a deadline, because I'm the kind of person that would probably just set it aside. But she said she's going to check back in with me tomorrow night. So now I don't want to let her down and not have done that. And so I'm going to make sure I read through it.
Falcos, is that Ashley? Depending on what group you're in, reach out to your team leader and they can help you with that packet. Is that what happens next? I forgot.
That's all we have. And then I have a post ask. Did you want us to?
Okay.
Join?
Yes. Okay. So 24 hours has passed. Kaylee makes good on her promise to check in the next day. Start scene.
Hey, Christy, what did you think about all the info in the packet? What questions can I answer?
Well, I love that packet. It was super brief and easy for me to read. So I said, lots of good stuff. So if I sign up and then decide to stop selling at some point, how does that work? Are there any penalties? I'm over here thinking, what would I be getting myself into?
Pause.
Sorry, I didn't pause.
It's fine. This is where it can be. This is where it can be easy to go like, oh no, I want you to join. So I'll just be like, yeah, you don't even have to do anything. Just join. But don't be desperate. Don't paint the boring picture. Go ahead and say, yeah, that's the great news. But girl, you don't even know where this is going. Okay, Kaylee.
There are not. So you just renew your site after your first 6 months. If you want to keep going, and you can do that month by month as you wish. It's not locked in or anything. But Christy, I think you'd be surprised how much you love it and succeed at this, and you will not want to stop. But if you do, you can. What else?
She thinks little old me might actually be good at this. Okay, I think that's all the questions I had.
Boom. Okay, let's do this. Are you ready to get started?
Boom. That actually is the end, right?
Yes. What do I do? And then I send her my link, but
Yes. Okay. And so she ends with a question every time. It's not interrogatory. That's not a word. It's not interrogative. I don't know what word, but I love saying what else because, and I hate the question, do you have any other questions? Because that implies that maybe they don't. And so it's too easy for them to be like, nah. But if you say what else, it implies that I know you got questions. I'm ready for them. And so if you don't know what to ask, just say, and you've been answering questions, say what else? Oh yeah, your coach did that to you. What else? And then in order to seal the deal, you have to be direct. And Christy Vest on the call that we were just on with leaders said something really good. You don't want people to be thinking about it. You want them to tell you yes, or you want them to tell you no. And the great news is that no isn't no forever. It could change in the future, but I'll think about it is where potential new team members go to die, right? So you want to get a straight answer out of them. You want them to say yes or no. And so that's why I just say, are you ready to get started? Let's do this. And confidently say that. Okay, so that is all we have. The packet, talk to your team leader. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I think there were a few other things that I was going to mention really quickly if I can pull it up here. Be conversational on the event page. Get as many guests to send you a message as possible if you can, and that just makes it easier to get this messenger conversation going if they've already messaged you. I will say that most of these people are going to be people who might be offering to host anyway. So you might already have a host conversation going with them about I'm so excited you want to host a party. But another thing I wanted to mention is that if you have an inkling that somebody might be a potential new team member, tell your hostess and get her excited about it and tell her how that is going to pay off for her, because then she will get to work for you in helping her make that decision. And so I always reach out to my guests and be like, hey, tell me about Christy. It seems like she might make a really good consultant. Did you know that she would count as a booking? If I'm doing book party boardwalk and she has one booking, if I don't get a booking but I get a recruit, I'm for sure giving my hostess credit for that other booking if it's a recruit. And so I'll tell her if she ends up joining as a consultant, there's your $10 in free books, totally. And so that is a great thing to keep in mind. In order for people to feel comfortable talking to you after this party, you want that virtual environment to feel like a party. You don't want it to feel like a funeral. And so, if your hostess is excited and people are interacting with each other and you're throwing GIFs around. And there's a lot of interaction and things are happening fast. That's another reason to keep your party posts coming fast. So like things are happening. Oh my gosh, I can hardly keep up. That's what you want it to feel like, so that people feel like I was at a thing tonight. There were people there. There were posts flying. There were GIFs, hey, cool cats and kittens. And then they'll just be like, yes, we're in this message now. I didn't have plans for the next month, but I had plans tonight and they were great. People see your face. We talked about that. And again, you know, just to borrow from the influencer way of doing things, they have a following because people like them and want to be like them and be their friend. And you will attract team members to your team through your parties if people see your face, hear your story, get to know your personality, hear your voice, and be like, I could be friends with that girl. And I have to say, when Kat, my sister-in-law, hosted her party that I was invited to, the very first party I ever went to, I will never forget Katie Allen's profile picture at that time was this adorable picture of her with this bright red lipstick. I was not a lipstick wearer at the time. UVM turned me into a lipstick wearer so people could understand my mouth when I was talking on video. But adorable red lipstick, this sunny hat, her hair was like straight. And you see Katie Allen's smile. It's like almost as big as Kaylee's. It's very large. And her husband, who apparently is a celebrity, he was very good looking, and he was in the profile picture too. And I was like, who is this chick? She seems so fun. I could be friends with her. So if your profile picture, if you look like sad in your profile picture, then people are going to get the idea that you, and I know sometimes sad is cool, sometimes sad is in, but you want to look friendly and you do remember that profile pic and like you're just life of the party. Okay, love it. How do you decide which people from your parties do you start these? First of all, can we give a round of applause for our actors, Screen Guild Actors Award winners tonight? They're fabulous. They had very little coaching and help and direction, so I appreciate them so much. Okay, so let's see, decide which people. That's a really good question. Okay, so here is a good hint. If they responded on at least a few posts, but it's honestly less about how many posts they responded on and like more about what they said. If they asked a question on the recruiting post, like, how much time does it take? Nobody who isn't interested is really wondering how much time it takes to be a consultant. They would ask like, what's your favorite part about being a consultant? Don't ask that person. But how much time does it take? Do you get a discount? What's the startup cost like? I know some of these things are in our post, but what else? Somebody help me out here. Pop them in the chat. Those are some of your key, like especially how much time does it take? Ashley, I don't know if you're here, but Ashley is one of my most recent recruits, and I went back and I looked at her interaction in the party that she attended, and she said, how much time does this take? I'm a teacher, and I don't know how much extra time I have. And y'all, she's recruited 2 people since she joined. That was like 2 weeks ago. Girls on fire. And so, just like looking for those red flags. People call them red flags, but they're more like yellow flags, like happy flags. I was going to host the party. My sponsor got me to flip to make it your launch. Totally. People saying, I love all of them. How could I ever pick which books to get? Because I love all of these. Also, if you use a survey, if you have a survey, you can see who liked the party a lot, who maybe put like maybe on the hosting or somebody says, is it hard to start? Yeah, like what do I have to do to get started? Is it hard? Love that. Okay, very good. Great questions. Okay, well, if that's it, we're going to go ahead and end and honor your time tonight. Thank you so much for being here. And we are so excited to get some more team members in your teams with this $30 kit option through the rest of April. It doesn't come around very often. And so you guys, like take advantage of it while you still can. Do you feel going live pre-party, during the party, or post-party is most beneficial? I feel like pre-party is great. because it piques interest. I want them to be at the party. I want them to be live at the party. So if I can go live before the party and especially just show them like, hey, I'm a real person. Hello. I have a family. I love these books. Here's a little bit about my story. I think it's really important that if you do go live, however awkward you feel, just like be your awkward self. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to put on a show, because people feel when you're putting on a show. And so if you kind of, just talk to them like you're talking. I try and pretend like my best friend is like in the lens. Just say, hey, okay, so we've had a crazy day today. I'm so excited to see you guys tonight at the party. It's going to be really fun. You know what I mean? So look into the lens and just picture like your best girlfriend inside there talking to you back. Awesome. Okay. We're going to go, Elena, how long do you spend? And that's something to talk to your team leader about, because it just kind of depends if it's pre-party, during the party, etc. But if it's pre-party, I'll be like 2 to 5 minutes, not very long. Okay. Bye, you guys. This was awesome. Talk to you later.